Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of Constantine. This time episode 8, The Saints of Last Resort, Part 1.
Constantine's dead and
No,
they
he's not.
took Zed.
They just shot his shoulder, but I agree, the Zed plot was much more interesting.
Yeah, I know. I didn't care for the main plot at first, just not until the end.
Yeah.
But then the Zed stuff was interesting.
The Zed plot was interesting because, we had that cliffhanger last time, and now we're starting to get a lot more of it. I suppose, to be fair, it was hinted at in, the 4th episode where we had Jim Corrigan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we learned there's something more to Zed, but...
Yeah, because he knew she's changed her name a few times.
Yeah, so now we get a lot more, and there's people after her, and... I don't know, apparently there's a lot more in their belief she's some kind of savior or it's a cult or something's going on. I don't know what's going on. That was the more interesting plot of the episode, to be honest, but
yeah,
it's a two-parter, so that's our cliffhanger. They got Zed, who knows what's going to happen. Why was Zed stupid enough to bring him to the place?
I know, I kept on saying, why bring him to that house? Although, I think... it was because, as we saw, she figured out that he was suspicious, and I think her only plan was to throw people out that door she found.
Maybe, or at least that place has a lot of interesting, useful stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he did say there are traps.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying don't leave the house, there are traps that'll protect, you from intruders. And so don't leave.
To be fair, exactly, Constantine said stay in the house.
And he didn't even know that was going on.
But we do meet, the Constantine plot, we do meet, Anne-Marie, or whatever her name was, who, the only interesting part of her is that she's part of the Newcastle crew, because she name-drops the other members, who, we've met 2 out of 3 of the people she name-dropped. She name-dropped Richie from the first episode, Gary from that other episode, the Feast of Friends.
Oh, yeah.
And then she name-dropped somebody we haven't seen called Judith.
Ah.
So I wrote that down thinking, well, that's probably going to be another person we'll see eventually. But, yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's a two-parter, and that's the one problem. You don't really know what to say because it's a two-parter, it's inconclusive, and, unlike other times, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The episode went by very quickly, though.
I was surprised that the guy managed to catch Zed because, I don't know, I thought she'd be better at getting away, considering she's been probably running from these people all her life, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know, that's the thing. Like I said, we're fascinated by Zed plot, we want to see what's happening. That's the more interesting cliffhanger than Constantine getting shot in the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, she figured out the guy was suspicious, but she was probably a little surprised they found her, because she thought... I think it seemed like she felt safe.
Well, also, she brings up this thing we see a vision of her in some vault, and then, as she said, she spent most of her childhood locked up somehow.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, yeah, apparently Zed's got a dark backstory. The only person we're missing now is we need Chaz's backstory. But Zed's more interesting anyway.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really don't know what to think or say about this episode. It's a two-parter. It leads on pretty much a flat-out cliffhanger, so...
I mean, with Zed being locked up and stuff, I'm imagining something like Rapunzel, specifically from Tangled, the way she's, locked up and being used for her powers, kind of thing.
Maybe. I'm thinking of another really dark backstory in the Arrowverse, but to be fair, you've not seen it because it's from Batwoman, but... yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it just a 7. Mainly for
I was gonna say 7.
Mainly for the excitement of the Zed plot, because that was the best part. The cliffhanger, it got us excited near the end. And to be fair, it did kind of, not completely, but it did continue some of the threads from last episode.
When I first saw that door, it made me think of Men in Black. I think they do have a moment like that, some sort of door that is leads into a huge space or something.
I was thinking more of how does this be in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, where it just leads into this big wide empty space. But to be fair, we've been making another Doctor Who comparison, so
Yeah.
Gotta have it somewhere.
But yeah, when she threw them out of it, I was just thinking, you never know where that could lead. Those people could still, like, come back somehow.
We don't know. It's a good question. Maybe they will.
Hmm.
We have no idea.
We don't know where it leads.
But I suppose we'll just have to wait and see what happens next time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't record the next episode right now.
Yeah, this will probably be our last recording for the day, so we're being kept in suspense.
To be fair, we can never be mad at that. As I always say, you can never be mad at that because you know what? TV shows always air on a week-by-week basis, so to be fair, we're only suffering as much as people had to anyway.
Yeah, they had to wait a week. Jeez.
Well, I suppose we will see you next time for more Constantine. Find out what happens with this crazy cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The show is... Hey, like I said, we were worried if the show was going to pick up because the first handful of episodes were a bit filler-ish. But hey, it's picking up somehow.
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy.
We will see you next time for this Constantine episode and other things as well. See you next time, guys.
See you next time.